Hi, it's Jordan1, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a ghost body. So if you wanted to, you could add eyes and a mouth and just leave it like it is, or the main purpose for me showing this is that I'm going to add links to other tutorials to show you how to make different characters. For example, I have a Mickey and a Minnie, I have a Minion, and there may be others added in the future. So I felt like the easiest way to do it was to just do the body first, and then there will be other tutorials for each character. To make your ghost, you're going to need a hook of some sort, and I'll be using a Rainbow Loom metal hook. You're going to need a clip or stitch marker, and then you're going to need 394 bands. So I'm going to be using white, or if you wanted to, I think another good thing to use would be glow-in-the-dark bands. We're going to begin with a magic ring of 6, so for that you'll need 7 rubber bands. And I am going to be using that twist tie just to help me get my magic ring started. So this is optional, but if you are using the twist tie, just put it right next to your hook. And then you're going to take your first band and you want to triple that. So it goes on, twist, back on, twist, and back on. And then just move that twist tie up to the middle and bend it in half. So that's just going to help keep those 3 loops together. If you don't have a twist tie, you'll have to just use your fingers to pinch those 3 loops. And then you should have 6 bands left. We're just going to pull through one at a time. So it goes back on your hook, one through the other. Back through from the front, go through those 3 loops. Back on, so now you have 3 loops on your hook, one pulls through the other 2. So just one at a time. Here's the 3rd band. And then here's 4. Five. And then 6. So now you want to take out your twist tie. And then just take a second and kind of spread these out as evenly as you can. And then you want to take your clip and attach it to that last band that's on your hook. In row 2, we're doing an increase in every stitch, so you're going to need 12 bands. So a stitch is this little sideways V that's on the outer edge of your magic ring. So from front to back, I'm just pushing through. There's going to be 2 loops that you go under. And we're going to pull through our first band, back on, one through the other 2. And then since we're doing an increase, we're going back through that same stitch a second time, pulling through that second band. So we're going to do that for every one here. So here's my first, and then back through again for a second, and then all the way around. So it's very common that you do an increase in every stitch on your second row, because really we want to just build out that circle. So here's our last one. It's going to be where your clip is. And then you want to take your clip and just move that to the band that's on your hook. You need 18 bands for row 3, and we're doing an increase in every other stitch. So I'm starting with an increase. So I have 2 bands for this first stitch. And then in the second stitch we have just 1 band. And then an increase for the third. We have just a single for the fourth, and so on. So when I was designing this, I was trying to decide how wide I was going to make it. So I had started with different size magic rings. I had tried it with smaller and also with larger, but I settled on the 6 because I wanted the rounded part on the top to be a good width for when you have to add things to it. For example, if you're making Mickey or Minnie, when you have to add the ears. And here's our last one that's a single. And then just move that clip. In row 4, you'll need 24 bands, and we're just spacing out that increase by one more stitch, so you can see the pattern is 2 1 1 2 1 1 and so on. So we have an increase in our first stitch, and sometimes I do my increases first and sometimes I do my increases last in the pattern. I guess it really depends on how I'm feeling that day. And now we have 2 singles. So I don't think it really matters whether you put your increase first or last. And then in that 4th stitch we have an increase. And then again our 2 singles. And then we'll just keep repeating that pattern. So this is actually our last row for doing increases. So this is the widest that our ghost body is going to get. So then after this row, we're just going to do several rows of one in each until we just build our body down to the length that we want it. So I have 2 more sets here of this pattern. And then here's my last set. And then we're ending on the single. In rows 5 through 16, you need 24 bands for each row, and we're just doing 1 single crochet into each stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and let you do that on your own since it's very straightforward. So you can just pause your video and I'll meet you back here shortly. In row 17, you'll need 44 bands, and we're going to be doing a pattern that's going to make that wavy part of the bottom of the ghost. So it's going to be 1 2 3 2 1, and then just keep repeating 1 2 3 2 1. So in the first stitch we're going to do a single, and then we're doing 2 in the second stitch, and then 3 for the next, and I know that my ghost body here is going to mess up my order, so just kind of ignore that. And then we're lessening it to 2 in the next stitch. And then we're down to 1. And then that's just going to keep repeating. So we are starting with 1 again, so you are going to have 2 singles in a row. And then we have 2. And then 3. So in the stitch where you put 3, that is going to get pretty full. But that's what we want because we want it to have that sort of puffed out look. I just lost that one there. Let me stick it back in. So here's my third one. And then back down to 2. And then I have 1. So I think what I'm going to do is just take these and put them in a pile, because they're getting all messed up anyway. But you can see here how it's looking. It's going to give it that scalloped edge. So we ended on our last one in that pattern, so we're starting the pattern all over again. So I'm back to 1. And then 2, and then here's my 3, and then down to 2, and 1. So I think that it gives it that nice finished edge. I had tried a couple of different methods, but I was happy with this result. So we're not going to be able to complete the pattern fully. We're actually going to end on a 2. So we're almost getting around to the end here. So in that second to last stitch we have 3. And then, as I said in the final, we're ending on 2. And then what you need to do is just to tie this off. So I'm going to go into the next stitch. I'm just going to go on this inner side of the loop. And I'll take one additional band. I'm going to pull through everything, get the other end back on, and then pull one through the other and make a nice and tight slip knot. So then it's just a matter of hiding this loose loop. So I'm just going to go through some of these bands on the inside here, and I'll just pull through. And I'll have to go through a few more here. I just want to make sure that it's all the way hidden. little ghost body is complete. I hope that everyone loves their new ghost bodies, and you can follow the links in this tutorial to make specific characters, or keep checking my YouTube channel as I may add new characters as well. You can always leave me comments on YouTube and Facebook, post pictures on my Facebook page, and please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that way you can be notified when I have new tutorials available. You can also find me on Pinterest and Instagram, so please feel free to subscribe to those as well, and also post pictures and comments there too. Thanks for watching!